Hi guys, this is Chris speaking, and I have the feeling to explain some things a little bit more after my last video where I talked about our involvement as creators and participants in the new decentralized financial world. And I was amazed to see how some people through their comments and also private messages expressed some views that need some more words from me. Some people were writing that we are just contributing the big hedge fund financial mafia around the world when we go into decentralized finance. And I find it so interesting because it shows me how well the media machinery brainwashed people and how well they managed to seed distrust and fear and misinformation to the people who actually would be freed from all of that if they would just see clearly. And I see this as a pioneer. We are pioneers in many different areas. I see this in the same structure in different aspects, and I'd like to highlight some and then circle back to the decentralized finance. We have so many families following us for the last almost 20 years since we publish online. And most of the families are not satisfied and happy with the school system. So they have kids, and the kids are not really celebrating and enjoying their school life. However, when we talk about the alternatives, there are alternative school forms. You can homeschool, you can unschool, you can world school like we are doing. The same people who suffer from the very system they participate in, they defend it and they attack us living the alternative they so desperately want for their children. Isn't that fascinating? We have the same thing in regards to diet. We started our YouTube and internet journey as vegans and raw foodists. And we started this journey and being helpful to the world because our own kid was so chronically sick and ill. And all the doctors, all they could was giving him drugs and chemicals and telling us over and over again, it's chronic. There's nothing you can do. He will have to live with asthma his entire life. And you have to be afraid each night that he will suffocate because he can't breathe. That's his life. So, and we found an alternative at 20 years back in time by going on a vegan raw food diet. All the symptoms were gone instantly within a couple of days. So we shared our experiences without the approach that everybody has to do it. We just said, for us, this works. And maybe this is helpful to some of you. For us, the unschooling was amazing. Our kids, we have 3 adult kids, they turned out to be amazing human beings. It worked for us. We're not saying everybody has to. I know that not everybody can homeschool. Most parents and family systems, for whatever reasons, couldn't do that. And there is no judgment. It's so interesting when you suffer from a system and then defend it against people who found an alternative to it. This is what I see over and over again. And the same thing I see now is happening with the financial world. All our followers, I just say all, maybe there are a few not, but almost all of our followers, our community, is not in alignment of the values of the big hedge funds, of Monsanto, of Lockheed Martin, big capital, whose only interest is to maximize profits and make more money for the shareholders by reducing costs, because this leads to pollution, child labor, unfair work situations. They shut down unions and so forth. You all know it. So there's an alternative. We don't have to live with that. And the alternative is cutting out the middleman. And now people complain to us and attack us for talking about these alternatives again. I feel like this is happening again and again and again to us. But guys, you have to understand that this is so revolutionary. Decentralized finance and the blockchain technology is so revolutionary that there is no middleman needed anymore. There is no centralized institution who can censor, who can control, who can interfere in any way. We have the free flow of energy, the free flow of information. It's finally there and it's happening. And I would wish for more people to wake up to this alternatives and no longer put all their energy into these all these big hedge fund firms. Guys, what are you doing? And to go a little bit further, where there appears to be some truth that needs to be rectified and is rectified already. There are already also solutions for that, but we need to talk about it, because the whole ethos, the idea of the decentralized financial system is that we don't have any centralized power anymore. Nobody, no blacklist function, no admin keys, nothing of that sort. And that worked for the first couple of years pretty well, for the first 10 years of Bitcoin, which was the first cryptocurrency or the first project there. Because all the big hedge fund firms, the institutions and governments, they all did everything they could to blacklist Bitcoin and crypto assets, to warn about them, to use the entire global media system to spread fear and uncertainty about it. It was great for all of us first-timers because we could accumulate to very low prices and secure the biggest chunk so it could not be overtaken by the hedge fund firms. Yeah, but some years ago, finally, the big decision makers realized the power of Bitcoin and DeFi. And so what they did was to accumulate behind everyone's back and on the front continue to talk bad about it. So to hold prices down and accumulate as much as possible to gain more financial wealth, but also to gain power. The good thing is, for example, about Bitcoin, that only, I think it was 5 to 6% of all available Bitcoins is in the hand of institutions, banks, and even governments. So the vast majority, over 90% of Bitcoin is in private hands. And we have 95% of Bitcoins are mined. The last couple of percent of Bitcoins who are created or who will be created and are mined, it will take a long time to do that. The longer, the less Bitcoin is to be mined, the longer it takes. Yeah, so we have such a good fundament if you compare it to the entire world economy, where 90% of the entire world the world economy is controlled by 4 major big global players, big hedge fund firms. So we have a completely opposite picture in the decentralized financial world. It's really, the power is with the people, guys. And there is no way to change that without skyrocketing prices anymore, which is amazing for all of us first timers and, first moment holders. But the thing is that they created something that is changing this slowly. What we see now is that we have in this cycle, in this bull run cycle, or this entire cycle, it is called, or I call it, it's a stable coin cycle. That means that big capital, even the big firms, Meta, Amazon, they're all creating their own stable coins. And leading obviously is Tether, USDT and USDC, issued by Coinbase, backed by the American government, backed by the US dollars. And it seems to be a great idea if you want to take profits from Bitcoin to just park money in USDC, USD Tether. But you have to see that these US dollar coins, which have a value of over $1 trillion, or will soon have value over $1 trillion US dollars, they have censorship. It's centralized. This is not decentralized. The stable coins are centralized, controlled by a centralized organization. So you have a blacklist function. They do that. They exclude people. They take assets away. So it's the opposite of everything Bitcoin and DeFi and crypto stands for. Yes? And they're pushing this agenda. They're pushing all of that. There will be, and either way, you deal with that, or you listen to people like me, or you will be just swept away. Because two things are created and they're here to stay, and that's AI, artificial intelligence, and it's crypto. There's no way there's a future without those two things. So either way, you learn about those things, or it will be very unpleasant because it will be forced upon you at some point of time, and you have no idea what's happening, and it will not be in your favor. So guys, please open up to the world we're in. See the opportunities. Don't listen to the mainstream media, which will tell you how dangerous everything is. There is so much opportunity right now to participate, to create, also to be part of this wealth distribution we're seeing right now. We are in the very unique position, possibly for the first time in human history, to create generation overspanning wealth for our families by participating, because we are still so early. And there is just no way of putting your head in the sand and closing. I mean, you can do it, but like I told you, you will be swept away one day or another. And even for this development, having big money come in now with their stable coins, locking in power, there are also alternatives already. There are stable coins who are not backed by US dollar, because just the backing by US dollar, each USDT, USDC is backed by a US dollar locked away in some vault somewhere. That's at least what they tell you. Also, USDC and Tether is not very transparent with all of that. So you just don't know. You hope they did that. You know for sure that the US dollar is backed by nothing. That's clear. And maybe USDC or USDT, the coins, US dollar coins, are backed by US dollar. But how much worth does the US dollar have, and how much will it have in the future? When you see inflation, they're gonna reduce and cut rates now. Fed decided to cut rates this year. This will cause more money printing, more inflation. So it's not very smart to use the US dollar, the broken system, to back the new system. Yeah? So the alternative to all of that is a crypto-backed stable coin that then can be pegged to anything. It can be the US dollar, it can be gold standard, it doesn't matter, but it's secured through crypto assets. And a very, very small project, and we don't know if it's gonna work out or not, but I love the idea. I see that this is what we need. It's a little project on a chain that is also not even listed yet. It's called Pulse Chain. And they have a little project, it's called PDI. And I know I will receive hate for even mentioning it. And I'm not telling you that this is the solution, but it's the solution we need. And it's a solution I choose to believe in. To have a fully crypto-backed stablecoin, which does not have blacklist function, no admin keys, no censorship. It's truly from the people for the people, and it's there already. So, and I see the future. I see where this is leading. I see the opportunity here. I see the possibilities that lay ahead, and I chose to participate and to contribute and to support this change we so desperately need in this totally broken financial system. And with this video today, I hopefully could explain a little bit more about the things that are in play, the different moving parts, and also help you to understand that the solution to this broken system is already in place. It's just gatekept. It's just the forces do everything to withhold the information. But there are people like me and thousands others who blow the whistle. And I hope that you see the opportunity that lays ahead in front of you, and that all of you go out with your energy out and away from centralized power and put it into the decentralized, fair financial system that is already in place. Don't complain and mourn and bitch about the big banks and big pharma. As long as you keep your money within the centralized banks, you're part of the system. You have no right to complain, as far as I see it. Because why complain if there are solutions already created for you? It's so obvious. And with this video, I participated in the discourse, in the conversation a little bit more. I hope I could educate a little, I could inspire a little bit. I will continue to do so as a pioneer, no matter what, because we do what we believe is right, and take as many people with us as possible. And to those ones of you who don't get it, that's also fine. So we just do what we do, guys. I love you. I support you from the bottom of my heart. All the best, and talk soon. Bye-bye.